Hi guys, it's Floss. This is Floss's Corner, where I talk about mainly cross stitch but also some of the other things that I might like to share with you. So as you can see, this is a Stitch With Me video, and it is the very first Stitch With Me video that I am doing for my new channel here. I guess just to tell you a bit about where I am stitching right now. I am stitching in the living room slash dining room right now with the two dogs sort of close by. You would have seen my little YouTube short video of my two babies. The bigger one is Rex, the smaller one is Rocket. And I don't know whether I am going to put some bloopers in this video, but Rocket was literally doing a whole shebang when, or not when, just after the starting button was clicked. And because the dogs are so nearby, they might be making some noises throughout the video. Hopefully not, I don't know. So we'll see how we go. The project I'm stitching right now is an Etsy chart. I think there's no special name for this one, so I just call it Bunny. It is by ℤ𝕙𝕒𝕥𝕚𝕥𝕥 Designs, and I would have shown you a preview already. Oh my god, it is literally like a watercolor version of two bunnies surrounded by a floral wreath. And right now I am sort of focused on the left bunny. This is the bunny's eye, and I think there's some floral bit coming out here, and this is the ear, and that's the face. Normally I actually stitch in hand, as in I put it onto a hoop and then I'll hold it to stitch it. Right now I am stitching this on a table stand that I bought not too long ago. So this is also, I guess, a process of getting a feel of what it's like to use this stand. I made a decision to make sort of like a stand review video, but recently the person that made the stand, oh by the way, the person that made the stand is in Australia, so this is a sort of local seller. He is literally like sort of an individual carpenter that was just making other products, you know, like furniture related things or little trinkets, boxes, all that, and somehow got onto the cross stitch stand and just took off there. But recently he made a notice saying that business is booming too much for him, so he is not able to fill all the orders that he's getting, and he might have to put people on waiting list. And also I guess inflation is happening everywhere, so his product prices have gone up 6% as well. And because of all this, now I'm not sure whether I should do a review, because if it's a good product, you want people to be able to get it, but if there are all these things and people have to go on waiting list and all that, I don't know. So let me know if you want some kind of a review. And I know he does ship to like other countries. So yeah. Oh, and continue on the pattern I'm stitching. So this is bunnies. It is a present for one of JP's wushu friends. This friend does, I guess, painting and some designing as a hobby, and she is particularly good at sort of drawing anime style. And for our previous channel, the couple of dabblers, she designed the icons for us for free. Like we were gonna pay for her troubles, but she said nah, it's like a gift for our channel. So I thought that was really nice. And she has two, I think they're like brownish bunnies. So I thought I would stitch this for her. We were also gonna pay her to paint Amy, who has sadly passed away last year. We actually asked her to do this a while ago, but she said she was just too busy, or anyway, she just didn't get it done. And she felt so bad about it. After Amy passed, she finally got it done, and she gave it to us, the painting, for free after all. And it was sort of like a watercolored Amy. Amy's our previous greyhound, by the way, if you're new. So yeah, this will be a present. And originally this was meant to be a full coverage, so a lot of this background should have been stitched with some cream color. I can't remember, but no way I am going to do that. So now for me, this is not a full coverage project anymore. So when I got it, I didn't realize it was gonna be sort of a boring stitch, because I sort of paid more attention to the floral wreath part, and it had, you know, the blues, and I only noticed the blues, and turns out there really wasn't much blue. There's like some dark blues here and there, and mostly, you know, you focus on the bunnies and they're just brown, different shades of brown. So yeah, not super fun. And because I am not stitching this full coverage, especially this wreath part, there's a lot of confetti. Just like one stitch somewhere. It's very annoying. I find it very unsatisfying. And that's pretty much what I want to say about the project. Oh, actually, previously when I was stitching this, I found it kind of boring to stitch. Oh, cool. I don't know whether you can see this, but I am having my iPad that direction. So I'm stitching this on Markup RXP. And yeah, it's not the best chart for it. I don't know, it's just not very compatible, but I'm trying to make do. Was I saying something? Oh yes. When previously I was stitching this, I couldn't stitch it for long because, you know, the boring colors and all that. So I ended up having stitches very scattered everywhere, especially around to the wreath part. And now, sort of, I think started maybe yesterday, I decided to, I guess, slowly complete like one part of the wreath. So find one color, do that bit, and then go to other places. So at least after a couple of colors, I can finish one section. And I kind of find that satisfying because at least I know I am completing something rather than, you know, everything everywhere but nothing's completed and you just feel like you haven't accomplished much after a stitching session. And for this stitch with me, I will have to sort of not focus on one spot because otherwise I have to count a lot and it could be very dangerous when you need to focus a lot on counting on a stitch with me. Because, I mean, it's part of life that you should frog from time to time, but it's not fun to watch on a stitch with me for someone to constantly frog. I think this is the end of this. I actually wrote down some points I want to touch up on in this casual stitch with me. Let's see what I can remember. So first of all, I'd really sincerely like to thank you for watching my previous and first video. Trust me when I say I was pleasantly surprised, because I was. And especially I have done this before. You know, like I've had a channel before, and I mean, with this new channel, it took me like 4 days to hit 100 subscribers, which was insanely short already. I say that because last time with Couple of Dabblers, and I checked just so that I get the facts straight, it took us 3 months to get to 100, and I thought that was not too bad. So it really exceeded my expectation, and yet the view count just kept going up and I didn't know how to feel about it. I think I'll have to grab the same color. And also, so this stitch with me will be kind of scattered everywhere. I will talk about whatever. I'll mainly talk about the channel and what I want to do with the channel, but yeah, I might just mention things all over the place because, you know, what I do, I want to mention certain things. So I go to a stitching meetup semi-regularly, like almost every month, but if, you know, I'm occupied on that day for that month, I will not go. And someone in the meetup noticed how I picked up my thread, and she thought that was interesting because it's different, like everyone has different habit. So I learned this from, I think, Teresa Little Stitcher, probably. I use Annie's keepers to organize my thread for a project if I can. and you know, you just kind of loop it like this onto the keeper. And the one I'm stitching is 2/1, so I'm stitching it on a hand dyed fabric 16 count. So I just need one length, and I literally just pick up one length and just drag it across. That's it. I mean, normally it's a bit more smooth than that because this thread is kind of knotted, so it was a bit tough to get out. But yeah, that's how I get my thread out with my needle. I think she mentioned that on a video of her talking about using Paco organizers, and that's how I started doing it. And I do lick my threads, so lucky. You don't have to see it, hopefully you don't, just in case you find that a bit unhygienic. Okay, so I'm just gonna stitch with the same color. Yeah, so I was really surprised at how well my first video did. I mean, I always knew in terms of YouTube algorithm, it would make sense if YouTube is really promoting your very first video, so it would do well. So that is, I guess, a motivation for you to keep making videos. It's good for their business as well, because they want content to keep being churned out. But I did not expect my video in particular to do so well. I mean, I have seen channels with like 4 or 5 videos, each one, you know, thousands of views, and they already hit 1,000 subscribers. I have seen channels like that, but I've always wondered how they got there. I was hoping, you know, I could be one of those sort of popular ones, but you know, it's just hope. You don't know whether you're gonna get there. Yeah. And I didn't think I could sort of get there, because I don't have the bubbly personality to really attract a lot of subscribers, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it really needs certain personalities to work well on YouTube. That's just how it is. I get that. So yeah, thank you so much again for joining me on my little corner. I'm just going to do my own thing. Yeah, do whatever makes me happy, and hopefully in the meantime it will help you somewhat. That's my goal. So yeah, in terms of what I'm like, I sort of touched up on this topic a little bit during my first video. I am not a hoarder. I mean, still a hoarder. If you do this kind of crafting hobbies, you're definitely hoarding something. But compared to most people, I don't hoard nearly as much. And I guess you can say I am more, I guess, resource conscious about cross stitch as a hobby. I do think about the finance part of it, the storage part of it, the practicality side of it as well. So possibly to some people my channel won't be as exciting because I won't have, like, you know, a billion things on the go. my stash won't be like 2 rooms full. But I just want to show how I stitch rather than making the channel to decide how I'm gonna do things. Yeah, I'm just gonna stitch what I like, or sometimes what other people like, if you know, I'm stitching some gifts for some people. And one of the goals is to always try different things when I can, and obviously I can't, just for the sake of trying new things, choose to stitch something I really hate. So if I can try new things when stitching something I really enjoy, I will do that. And for me, one sec. I'm a bit confused here. Okay. It's very annoying when like you've stitched something but you haven't marked it off. It's equally annoying when you haven't stitched something but you marked it off. Either way, it just confuses you so bad. One second, I'm just really confused. Yeah, don't know. So 1, 2. Oh. Oh, okay. So that shouldn't be there. Let's see. See, frogging is part of life. Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I think I was talking about the channel. Oh yes. So other than trying new things in terms of, I guess, trying new stitches, it would also be cool if I can try all kinds of designers. That's also why I don't want to hoard too much of one designer's patterns, because then you just don't have the opportunity to try other things. I think each designer has their own way of charting things. Yeah, they definitely have their own preferences in how to display certain colors, certain beauty of some designs. So it would be really cool to experience different designers. And yeah, so some people don't want to do any full coverage designs. I do. Unfortunately, they take way too long and they're really big, but it would be awesome if I can do, you know, one design from Heaven and Earth, one design from Tilton Craft, one design from Pain Free Craft. What's the other one? There's also Cross Stitch Collectibles, I think. And artisy, I'm doing an artisy already. I think I'm getting ahead of myself again, am I? Yeah, so I am kind of a bit different from, I guess, some people, and I guess that's also why I want to make videos, just to show, you know, you can be different. And if you don't know, I grew up in China, so the way I was brought up will be very different from I guess the Western way. And I was talking about this with my colleague as well, who is technically Filipino, but she came here when she was really young. I don't know about other Asian countries, but at least in China, you are always told what to do, how to act, and it's all about, you know, doing well academically. There is barely any sort of personality or hobby, interest, development, because there's no time. There is a lot of studying at school, and then a lot of extracurricular or after school lessons as well, and a lot of homework. So I wish I was exposed to all these things, so I could know what I like, what I don't like a bit earlier on. So it's when I came here after I turned to an adult that I slowly understood, okay, I tried this, I didn't like it. I tried that, I didn't like it. So I guess because of that, the way I approach things will be different from some people too, especially, you know, the Western stitches. And yeah, I also want to use this channel just to show you, you know, what it's like to stitch in real life. There's not a lot of, you know, the Instagram filters. Your stitches are not perfect. Your back is messy. Sometimes you don't get certain techniques. You keep trying, keep failing. Eventually you might just get it or get it halfway. It's okay. I want to show you all that. Because sometimes I do feel like, oh, maybe it's just me who really don't understand how to do this thing. Because, you know, the tutorials, they already sort of got this and they could do it so well, and how come, you know, I tried this 3 times, it still looked so wonky. It happens. It's just a lot of people can't show you the bad side of, or the process of learning, you know. And I have the opportunity. There's still a lot of things I haven't done before. I just want to show you what it's like to do it for the first time. The uncertainty, the sort of back and forth, trial and error. Well, obviously some people wouldn't appreciate it because they think it's a waste of time to watch, but if you do decide to see me making a fool of myself, that's also okay. Just know you're not alone. And I told the same colleague that I've got a channel, and she thought it's pretty cool. And then she said she would never be able to have a channel because she doesn't like showing her face. She finds that very awkward, blah blah blah. And I said, yeah, it is awkward because I've been there. When JP and I first started Couple of Dabblers, I was so camera shy. I don't know whether you would believe me, but hubby knows. Every time, like it was okay when I didn't have to show my face, but eventually when I started doing videos that would have my face in them, it would take me about half an hour to actually get started. I would just sit in front of the camera, sort of not sure what to do, not sure how to start, or just trying to start but keep failing. Sometimes I would start and stop maybe 10 times. And then eventually after, year and a half, it would reduce to 20 minutes, 15. And now it's probably 5 minutes. Yeah, I sometimes still don't know how to start it, but I'm getting better. So I guess because I have this experience of having a channel, with this channel, I sort of had an idea what I want it to be, and we did do, the intro, the banner, all that beforehand. So it just seemed a bit more professional than when we did it the first time. I guess that's also part of the reasons why, people decided to tune in and see what I've got or what I have to put out again. Yeah, I want to fully utilize the community tab. So before, you had to have hit 500 subscribers to be able to get to the community tab, but it seems like now they must have had some update or something, so YouTube is opening the tab up and I can have it now. I would like to use that to interact with you, to see what you want to watch. Or sometimes if, I'm too busy, I can't make certain types of videos, I might just use that to show you what I've been doing. I really like the community tab. I think it's cool. Wait, what did I do again? Oh no, that's correct. And with this Stitch With Me, I thought it would be a good opportunity to tell you what the channel will be like, so you can decide whether you want to keep watching or it might be too boring for you and you want to unsubscribe. That's okay. I mean, you like what you like. No one can change that. And if you do decide to stick around, I thank you very much. I think because I was brought up, being told always you need to be like so and so or all the other people so you can do well, blah blah blah. So now with this channel, or with different things now, I really want to just be myself, because I do treasure the opportunity to just decide exactly what you want to do, who you want to be. So I hope I will always be like this, not copying what other people do, just to get views or, you know, to get popular and whatnot. And my colleague actually asked me, do you want to be famous? Or do you like being famous? Do you mind being famous? What was the exact question? I can't remember. And I said I'd like to be famous for doing good things. I want to be inspiring. And she said I didn't answer the question, but I think I did, because I don't want to, we call it 黑红 in Chinese. It's like you're popular, but you're popular for the bad reason. Like people really, you're well known, but people don't like you, or people find you annoying or whatever. I want to be helpful. I want to be inspiring. I want to be like, it would be cool to be famous, for good reasons though. So yeah, that's the goal. If I keep doing myself and people like it, that's a bonus, right? And in terms of the videos that I'm gonna put out, I hopefully will put out Stitch with Me and stitching updates semi-regularly. I can't guarantee that, you know, Stitch with Me is always going to be, you know, once a month or whatever. Same with stitching update, because life always has a way to surprise you, and I don't think it's a good time to make that kind of commitment yet with the channel. I just don't want to put that much pressure on myself as well. But they should be semi-regularly, and hopefully I will change up the projects I stitch in the Stitch With Me videos as well, now that I've got this table stand. And I also got a new like camera holder. Oh my god. We have 3 stands now. That's ridiculous. Anyways, and yeah, so hopefully next video you're gonna see will be a stitching update video. I haven't decided whether I want to just talk about like 2 months, even though when you saw different projects it was end of January, so any progress would have been made in Feb. Yeah, I haven't decided what to do on that part. And I do want to do like stitching vlogs too. So in March, JP and I are going to New Zealand. We're gonna take 2 weeks off, 1 week in New Zealand, 1 week just at home chilling. So maybe that will be a good opportunity to do some different videos. Let me know if you want some kind of vlog in New Zealand. Because with a couple of dabblers, we did one for a trip in Darwin. That wasn't very popular. I don't know whether people will want to watch that. And also, we don't really have like amazing cameras, so the video might not look as good as I'd hope. That's also a factor. So yeah, if there's no traveling vlog, maybe we can do like a stitching vlog second half when we're just chilling at home. And yeah, also don't know whether I should do that cross stitch stand review video. Let me know if you're interested, or if you're looking for a good table stand. Yeah, I haven't decided whether I want to make that video yet. I have filmed part of it when I first got it because I want to make it as comprehensive as I could, so that would include like the first impression as well. But I haven't used it enough because yeah, I bought it hoping it could be like a lap stand, but obviously it's not made with that in mind, so it's not a good lap stand. But it's a solid table stand, I reckon, and I do appreciate all the effort that went into it to make it, because it's a very well made product. I am, I didn't know I would do that, but I am going to a stitching retreat in Victoria end of May. It is quite far away for me, like it's like a 3-hour drive, and I was very reluctant and hesitant to go by myself, driving that long and stay for like a night or two. And JP, my hubby, is so kind to have offered to go with me and take the dogs. So we have booked a pet-friendly accommodation for 2 nights, and hopefully I will like it enough to want to stay for 2 whole days stitching and talking to people. I mean, I am quite introverted. I'm especially bad at starting a conversation, and to be honest, it makes me very uncomfortable thinking that I might be the only Asian there, which I have been told most likely will be the case. So yeah, I don't know how to join the conversation, I guess. I mean, there's the cultural difference, there's also the age difference, especially when people are talking about, you know, the shows, the music, all the different stories from their younger days. I wouldn't understand it. So yeah, hopefully it all goes well. Some of the people from our stitching meetup would go as well, and that's, to be honest, I have decided not to go, and because they were asking last time we met up, I thought, oh, maybe I should give it a go, so at least next time I could say, oh, I'm not going because last time it really sucked, whereas now I have nothing to go on with. Let me choose a color first. And I remember there was one video I made when, that's when it was still a couple of dabblers. I made a video talking about me trying out this stitching meetup for the first time. And I talked about how worried I was going in there because I didn't know what kind of experience it would be. What if, you know, it was very awkward and all that. It was okay, actually. That's why I kept going a couple times. But when I mentioned it, I said it's worth trying something out, and then you can decide whether you want to keep doing it or not. Someone commented saying that, you know, thank you for mentioning there is this thing I was so scared of doing, but you know, you give me courage, and I was really surprised. See, that's the effect I want to have on people. positive things. And also now that I've got a, I guess, stitching focused channel, I mean, it would be cool to make a vlog about a stitching retreat, right? Which is something I never thought I would be able to do. And this time with dogs as well. I am having trouble threading this thing. And I have mentioned I am on a hobby budget. Normally, a lot of the stitching related expenses would be coming out of this hobby budget, but the stitching retreat will be 60 bucks, and it's like, I don't know, I guess it's a pretty courageous thing for me to want to attend it. So hubby's like, I don't think you should put it onto your hobby budget. It's just once off, right? So I'm not gonna deduct it off the budget. Because if I did, I would literally have no money left to do anything. So I am being slightly cheeky here. So I'm really crossing my fingers that everything will go well and I will make some videos out of it. And it would be really awesome if I could sort of go around and get some shots of other people's projects. I don't know how to talk to people though. And someone actually in the comments says they would like a cross stitch stash video. Most likely it will be end of March when I do have time to do the video during my break, during my annual leave. So that's when you can expect to see one. It's, I don't know, I think it won't be as exciting as some people might hope it would be, but you know, I reckon it's a necessary video to make so that you know what kind of taste I have, and what sort of things I tend to lean towards. And whether I am who I say I am. And with this project, actually, let me have a look. What's the percentage? Says I'm at 13%, but to be honest, I think I might be slightly higher even, because this chart, like what I said, is not very compatible with Markup RXP. Like it counts some of the empty symbols as like ones that should be stitched. So I think the overall stitch count should be lower. But yeah, it really doesn't look like 13% to be honest, because in my mind it's so much bigger. Oh man. Where am I? Do you do this too? Like, you're not sure where you are really, so you just pull on the thread to see, okay, this is the square I'm on. I do this a lot. So I could think. Okay. Okay. So at least I could say this stitch with me is somewhat productive. I did get some squares done. What was I saying? Dang it. I can't remember what I was saying. What a bummer. Well, if you have any questions you want to ask me, or you know, anything you want me to make, just make sure you comment in the comment section. I do read all my comments and I do reply. So it will be really cool to interact with you. And yeah, I hope this new setup for Stitch With Me as well would look better, because before it always takes ages to find the angle because the stand is not very user-friendly. You kind of need a second person to check whether everything is in the shot. Now it's a bit easier. And I know a lot of, hey? I'm confused again. Oh, nope. Okay. I know a lot of people do like a quiet, relaxing stitch with me. I might try. I don't know. Because it would be cool to do a stitch with me sort of quiet with like birds chirping and just me stitching away. But the problem is the birds chirping also comes with people speeding past and dogs barking and whining. So I don't know. Personally, if I were to watch a stitch with me, I prefer people talking, because otherwise I will be focused on my own stitch. I will not be really watching what you're stitching. So I'd rather just, you know, hearing people talk and knowing that you're stitching. So it makes me feel like someone's there. And yeah, my stitches are very uneven. My tension is pretty bad. Some stitches are quite fluffy. Some are quite tight. That's why when on my first video some people commented, oh, your stitching is beautiful, blah blah blah. I said distance creates beauty, that this is why. As I do more and more stitch with me, you would maybe see, yeah, my stitches are not very pretty. And to be honest, I don't know whether I am improving. I have heard that needles sometimes can do some wonders. I haven't really invested in like awesome needles, so I don't know. But yeah. And you probably could tell To end my thread, I tend to do a pin stitch. I mean, with the stand, I can turn around and I guess stitch under other stitches as well, but it just takes more effort, so I'd rather just pin stitch if I can. And when I'm on YouTube, I don't tend to watch a lot of floss tubes. My reason being I would rather hear something else. Most of the time, something different. I tend to watch a lot of like Chinese stuff. I guess some people making fun of some Chinese shows or some Chinese celebrities doing stupid things, and also some like crime storytelling things. I really like those. So yeah, I don't tend to watch floss tubes. And I'm also worried that like if I watch them, I tend to like compare. I don't want to get into that mentality. Listen, I know it's bad, but you know, that's how I was brought up. You always compare. It's like a second nature to me. So I want to avoid that kind of situation if I can. And I also, you know, I might want to imitate as well if I notice, you know, this person did this thing and it did very well for them. I'm hoping I would not want to try to copy. I'm hoping. Never say never, but yeah. And also, a lot of floss tubers out there, or a lot of floss tubers really do like very different things I don't really care for. So I don't know, I don't want to force myself to network for like other motives, if you know what I mean. If I want to watch someone, it's literally because I like their project or I like what they do, I like their personality. It's not because I want to get close so I can grow my channel. Like, yeah, that's, I don't want to do that. So I feel like I have been actively avoiding watching floss tubes, but it's probably not good. I don't know, when I'm ready, I'll watch some. I don't know, should I keep going? I'm not sure. Maybe I should just stop here. I've stitched maybe 4 lengths. Yeah, the good thing about tonight is a Sunday, by the way. I have done everything I need to do. I've done my workout. I've had a shower. So if I do have some time left at night, I will just be chilling. Yeah, I kind of, so I have some gaps on the wreath, like here, but like there are quite a lot of sort of thread changes, so I'd rather do that off camera. Whereas here around the face, there's a bit more blocky colors, so it's a bit more satisfying showing you on camera. I mean, that's the tricks. Some floss tubers would even do like a monocolored one, and I thought that would be pretty boring just to watch. But then in this lighting, maybe all these different colors that I thought were different will look the same. So I don't know. Yeah, I am not sure when I'll get this one done. I think the person's bunnies are on the senior side, so I'm hoping I would get this done before they pass away. And I am on 13.1%. Yeah, I've been working on this for a while now. I think, oh, it says I started 13th of October. So it has been like 4 months. Yep. Yeah, I think this is probably the end of the video. Hopefully I'll get it ready within a couple of days. And you'll be able to see this possibly unprofessional and satisfying stitch with me, but I hope you've enjoyed it somewhat and you've known me better and you have, I guess, a bit more understanding in what you could expect from this channel. I don't think I've hit all the points I wanted to talk about, but you know, we have all the future. We can talk about different things. So I think that's the end of me for this video, and I will see you soon for my cross stitch update video, maybe for Feb, and you'll see what I've purchased and what I've done for Feb, and maybe a bit of Jan. I might touch up on Jan as well. And then in the comment, let me know whether you want to see, or you want to see that stand, see me do a little review, and my bunny and I will say goodbye to you.